Alrighty, so here is that 2025 Suburban Z71 we were talking about. I'm going to take you around it. I'm going to also take you inside, just kind of show you, vehicle condition, how she look. So, of course, with this being a Z71, 20-inch wheels all the way around, these are going to be the little bit more off-roady style tires. There is still plenty of tread left in those. And the driver's side wheels are nice and clean. I don't see any curbs or anything like that. You can still see, hey, there's some decent tread left in them. The only thing, there's a couple little things I saw in the body on the driver's side door. There's a tiny little door ding, and I honestly, being a white car, I'm not even sure that I'm gonna be able to get it on video. Oh, there you can see it right there. My dent guy is here today, so I'm going to try to talk with him and see if he can get that out for me. I really can imagine that it's going to disappear and you'll never even see it, but a little loose spot right there. It feels like maybe there's a clip on that very front that's broke or something. I don't think they normally have quite that much play. To be fair, we don't see a ton of the Z71s with that particular style board on it. Coming on out front here, that'll probably buff. I'm not too worried about that one. This is probably the biggest spot on the entire car. This is actually into the plastic. So I don't really think this is going to go away very well. It does have a front license plate bracket on it. Other than that, the rest of the front bumper looks pretty good. And then coming all along the edge of the hood, nothing too crazy. I did find just a couple little, there's a little rock chip right there. And that does have just ever so slightly of a little bit of a ding in there. Coming on around the passenger side, that wheel looks just fine. All the tires match, so I don't see any big, goofy wear on them or anything like that. Take a peek down this side. Passenger side looks good. And then, of course, there'll be power seats on both sides. Regular carpet mats inside. We'll talk quite a bit more about the interior here in just a second. This does have the second row bench seat in it. This was in here. I honestly don't think it goes to the car, but I left it in here. It's a little bag with some straps and kind of like some elastic band type of things in them. So I really don't think it goes to this car, though. The seats are pretty darn clean. You can see just a little bit of wrinkle there and just a little bit up here in the top. You can tell it's had car seats in it. Now, of course, separate climate back here. And it does show, sorry, get that little strap there. There we go. It does show just a little bit of wear from, being kicked a couple of times, which honestly it happens on all of them. And then your third row. Third row looks good. I don't really see anything to complain about back here. Now, also, these seats are on tracks now, so you can see all the way forward. I'm guessing that's probably close to all the way back, if not all the way back. So you do have some travel there, depending on where you need the leg room. And then that wheel's nice and clean. Tires are all pretty darn close. It does have just a little bit of rub right there. And I honestly don't really think that's damage as much as I do that it's just the bumper is a little too tight fit on this one. It does have a very small little spot right here. Honestly, I expect to be able to buff that, but I'm going to show it to you just to be on the safe side. And then back here is really where you see the wear and tear on it, honestly. So you can see it in the plastic in a few spots. Little scuffies there. And then right here, which I know I can touch up that little bit of paint. I'm not worried about that. The plastic on the bumper, it's kind of one of those, is what it is. And then back here, honestly, is where you can really see more than anything. So you can see a lot of slide marks in this plastic. And then also on the wall. So you can definitely, this is where I can honestly tell that it was an ex-rental, just because there's a lot of just little scuffies and stuff back here from luggage coming in and out of her, I'm sure. Now you do have storage underneath of here, which obviously my detail department did not get very well at all. And then coming on around this side, of course, capless gas. And let's go ahead and have a seat up front here. This will have side blind zone on it. It will have the 360 cam, which I'll show you here in just a second. So just a touch over 40,000 miles on her. And then of course over here we've got our 360 cam button, we've got our shut off for the park sensors, our override for the start stop, lane departure, lane keep. This one here, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it and show you what it does. This is your self parking. So the vehicle does have the ability to park itself. Downhill assist control, traction control off, of course all your 4-wheel drive switches, your dimmers, your fog light, and then this big round knob here is your headlight control. This one does your mode selector. And as I change that, pop out of here. Come on, go away. There we go, sorry. You can see we get off-road, we get tow haul, that's where you're gonna find that. Normal, sport. And all we gotta do is just keep twisting that knob, it'll walk through the different stuff. Now, of course, up here we can massively change what you're seeing and the way you're seeing it. We can also shoot the navigation up there. Now, with the nav on this vehicle, one thing to keep in mind, this is Google-based maps. So with 2025, you get them free for 8 years. After that, it would be something you have to pay for. Now, speaking of that, you'll see we have Google Maps right there. This also, if I swipe back over here, has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Honestly, most of my customers, once the trial's up, just gonna go back to using that. You can see we have climate here. Now, in this vehicle, you have 3 different ways to work your climate. So you can do it here. This little group down here across the bottom will always be down there. And then, of course, down here, we do have physical buttons still. Now, wireless charging, you can see we've got USB and USB-C. Also, let's finish talking about this radio just a touch here. So, right here's our 360 cam. Right now I've got it on side. There's our overhead view, and then there's our standard view. We can toggle between front and rear cameras. There's the back. Also in here, your My Chevrolet, that is where your owner's manual is now, as well as your vehicle status screen. Sorry, I keep bumping. There's a power button right there, and I keep bumping it. So this is vehicle status screen. So this is a lot of those trip, tire pressures, all of that kind of stuff that you're used to seeing. Your gauges, and then also your trips. So all of that's displayed here. You can also, you'll notice if I touch this and say remove from driver display, it gets rid of it over there and puts the time and date back up. If I hit add, it'll throw it back over there. And you can do that with a lot of the different information that you're seeing on this screen here. And then your control button. This is a lot of the stuff we used to have physical buttons for that we don't anymore. And if we hit more down here, you'll see there's your garage door opener. You also have a little bit of stuff in each one of these to play with. So lots and lots of different stuff to play with this big Google screen. Really is pretty slick once you get used to it. Takes a little bit of time, but not too bad. Of course, inside of here, big glove box, you will see that we have I'm gonna throw in the trash. And then you can see a strap down there. That is usually to do with the spare tire, is what that strap's for. Right here, center console, we've got power. And of course this tray does remove, so you've got the deeper storage bin. And overhead here, we do simply have the power liftgate control, the off, so the lights don't come on when you open the doors. And then up here, of course, is OnStar. So let me know what other questions you have. I definitely appreciate your time, and thank you.